Well, there's clearly something exciting going on in this platform. It's elephants. It's obviously elephants. It's the most popular one there is. This guy's fantastic. Well, hello and welcome to Hello, I Am Clutch, where I am here today in Albuquerque, New Mexico to go to the appropriately named ABQ BioPark Zoo. Now, if you've been on the channel before, you know I don't have a lot of zoos on the channel, but I do love going to zoos, and so I'm excited to go to one that I think is a little less known, a little less popular, one that I heard about recently, and I just heard this is worth checking out, so I'm very excited to come here today and discover it with you for the first time. So in this video, I'm going to take you all around the zoo. We're going to do as full of a tour as possible. I'm going to show you all the cute animals we can find. I'm going to show you any fun exhibits or any habitats that are neat to see, and really just give you as full of a tour as we possibly can. But one thing that I know is special to me, and the reason it came on my map, is because they have a fun carousel. Something zoos have is rides sometimes, and I love that. So what's special about this carousel? Well, I'll show you once we get there. But once we do, I'm pretty excited to see this and take a ride on it for you as well as for me. It's mostly for me. Anyway, enough rambling, Clutch. Let's get to the zoo and take a fun full tour. So parking was free as far as I can tell. There was nothing, there were no metered parking, no thing anywhere, but I like this kind of facade here where they have these kind of fun animal statues that show, they're kind of like weather vanes, but they're huge. And so like we got a bee up there, we got some other animals as well that I think are kind of representative of the New Mexico region is my guess here, because I think I see a roadrunner and a snake up here. And then we got this wonderful big facade. I don't know, pyramids will always get me. Anytime there's a pyramid, it means a good time is about to happen. So under that big old pyramid, they got the entrance area here. It says, welcome to the ABQ BioPark Zoo. So the ABQ BioPark, just in case you didn't know, is multiple things. They also have an aquarium and like gardens and actually a little beach. So this is the zoo portion of the ABQ BioPark. I believe tickets are around $20 for non-residents, and I think they're a little cheaper for New Mexico residents. So anyway, let's go inside. And we have made it inside the ABQ BioPark Zoo. I'm just gonna say zoo from now on. It's too much to say. Anyway, here's the map to help give you a bit of an understanding of everything we're gonna see today. So it looks like we started down here, and so I think you can kind of walk to the left and go around, you can walk to the right and go around. There's an America section, carnivores, Ape Walk, Central Park, Africa, and Asia. And then I do believe they also have the Australia part, so you can see some apparently wing wonders at Australia's shores and lorikeets. So a lot of fun things we're going to see today, and we might even see Clutch's favorite, which is the rhino, which makes me happy. I didn't think there was actually going to be a rhino here, but now I'm seeing there is one, so I'm very excited. In this immediate first area, looks like we got some flamingos and some other birds, and I think they're doing some work with the birds here. And what's interesting to me is the flamingos are not pink. I'm not sure I've ever seen flamingos that weren't pink yet. I know it's because they eat the fish that has a lot of carotene in it that makes them pink, so this is fascinating to me. So according to the sign, there's many obviously directions you can go. We got Ape Walk, the Americas, Penguin Chill in Central Park, and I think I'm gonna go to the right up here. I want to start with the Ape Walk. What I love about zoos generally is there's no wrong way to do them, there's no wrong way to go. And so I don't know, just instinctually I'm going to the right to check out the Ape Walk. And here we have, at the beginning of the Ape Walk, quite a large habitat. It is very open, and there's a whole playground here. This is bigger than some of the playgrounds from my childhood. And if you look closely, you may have already seen some apes in the background. There's actually one hiding right there. It's kind of hard to see. This guy over in the corner over here. Little zoom for you there, and then one more. Oh, and then we got this big fellow over here just chilling, just chillaxing, relaxing, maxing, all cool. I don't know the lyrics to that song, just deal with it. As you continue that walk, they have these little cave areas here to kind of peek in and get this other angle. So we can actually get, I mean, not relatively close, but like closer than if we were outside over there. So there's our good friend, just hanging out, not doing too much. He's just chilling. You know, he's allowed to do whatever he wants. But then also, it seems like we got a second habitat, so let's see if we get lucky and if anyone else here is close by. Oh, nope, no one close by, but we do have a good old ape friend over here. And now he's saying goodbye. Goodbye, ape friend. Here's another look at that second habitat with another fun playground. And we got a few hanging out here, so we got, looks like, this guy looks a little bit younger at the top there, but then we just got few people just hanging out in the hammock. People, apes, I love them. These are some fun guys. So I like this here. Here's the next habitat, but there's nobody in here. They're saying it's vacant right now. And what they're saying is they're actually using this to basically expand the gorilla habitat, but while they're waiting to get that ready, they are growing other food that's used to feed other animals, like bamboo and elm, which apes and elephants love to eat. And I like those efforts there. I think that's a wonderful thing that zoos do, is really just help the animals out. So something I feel like I usually get wrong is saying, is it an ape, is it a monkey? And this kind of helps explain it. In short, apes don't really have tails that you can see, and monkeys do. It's probably more complicated than that, where apes are more closely related to humans and have more advanced language and thinking skills than monkeys. And that's why when I called those apes earlier humans or guys or people, it makes more sense because they're closer. So at the end of that ape walk, we got this big kind of construction area here. Not really sure what they're doing, but it makes it so that we don't have access to this path, and it looks like down there was a gorilla playroom. So I don't know if that's accessible other times, but just as of filming this video, it is not. But so that was the fun ape walk. I had a good time in there. I like seeing the apes. I was the one walking though. They didn't participate at all. So over here is called the Wild Wonders Learning Center, and what's actually, I don't think there's much actually going on here right now. It might be empty, but what's cool, if you see, there's just a peacock chilling down there. That was me, not the peacock. Well, it looks like we're on our way to the Africa exhibits next, and I kind of enjoy this light theming we got going on. So in the Africa section here, we got what is supposed to be a black and white ruffed lemur. This is what they look like if they're out. Now, I can see the door is open there, so I think they are given the choice to like be inside, be outside, be where they want. So sometimes you're gonna see some, sometimes you're not. But at least they give you the picture of what you're supposed to see. So no harm, no foul. It's part of the roll of the dice when you come to the zoo. This guy's pretty neat. We got a Vanderdeckens hornbill. That's a heck of a name. So I like him. We got one here, and you got one guy over here, and they're just, I don't know, I think their beaks are just really cool. And this one is known as the invisible cheetah. And here we got one of the cutest animals of all. This is a klipspringer. It's like a little baby deer. I know they can kind of jump around and do adorable things, but like, oh, there's one down there too. There you go. I love this. They are adorable. These are some of the cutest little animals that like I've ever seen. I love it. Yeah, this one has, their horns are a little bit funky. They're a little bit going everywhere, where that one, oh, there you go. There, a little bit of movement. You can see their horns are a little bit more uniform. But they're cute. Let's see if we can get them doing some fun movement. Come on. Spring, klipspringer. Spring. Okay, bye. And all of a sudden, we are now in the hippopotamus enclosure. And there's two hippopotami hiding under the water. You can probably see their shadows a little bit. But oh, look at this. This one's coming to say hello right there. Now you know you're not in danger unless their ears are wiggling. Then you wanna run for the hills. I love a hippo. It's like a water rhinoceros basically. So it definitely, this is near the top of my list of like animals everyone knows that I still really love. These guys are awesome. They're big and they're cuddly. Oh, look at him. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's opening his mouth for you. That's amazing. I can't believe I'm getting this shot. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Good job, hippo. You're doing a magnificent job. I feel like they're expecting a treat here. They keep coming up and opening their mouths. It's amazing, but I feel like someone give this guy a watermelon. So their assumption was correct. It's feeding time at the hippopotamus enclosure. They knew what was going on. These guys are smart. They want their lettuce and they want it now. These guys have been performing and doing some like water tricks here, and they've been like splashing and making sounds. This is just, I've been to, again, a handful of zoos. I don't think I've ever seen hippopotami so ready to open their mouths and just be awesome like this. I've seen plenty of videos. Just need to get them a big old watermelon or a pumpkin. Some sort of gourd or melon. While hippos are fun, I don't know if you can beat the cuteness of a quiet, sleeping hyena. Aww. And over here we have a spotted hyena. And now let me see if I can spot the spotted hyena. Success! Then they have an African aviary. I love a good aviary. Now, I always love when you can kind of truly walk inside of one, and they kind of have this here where you can walk through a little bit, but even before, you can see they got a saddled built stork. These are cool guys. I feel like, let me try to get through there. Come on, you can do it. You can focus camera. I know you want to. There you go. Look at that guy. He's got a magnificent beak, some really vibrant colors. Very, very cool. So we got this kind of immersive bridge to walk over while we're going, and it is, you can see, you gotta be careful. There's droppings everywhere, and I want to see if I can get a good view of it. This guy was up here a second ago. There was a humongous vulture up here. Let's see, can we spot him? Where'd he go? Oh, there you are. Mr. Vulture, not the best angle, so maybe I'll try another angle in just a sec. So we do have a second vulture. This is actually a Cape vulture on the ground here. So you kind of can get kind of a flat bird view of him. But I want to see if we can still try to get that really cool looking one that was hanging out above my head. Okay, he doesn't seem to want to move from his spot, but at least I can get his head for you as he's getting out of frame. Here he is. There's your vulture for you. Look at this guy. He is, he's intimidating. Oh my gosh. And I think he just needs to... Oh, a moment ago he spread his wings really big as he moved, and it was very creepy. It reminds me very much of Splash Mountain, and when you're going up, and the vultures when you're going up to the drop there. And then here in the way back we have some cheetahs. They might be blending in, so let me zoom in. Try to get you a little closer there, and there they are. I see 1, 2, 3 of them just hanging out, chillaxing. It's midday here. They're just having a mid-afternoon nappy. Oh, look at this. I think over here we got a whole bunch of chimpanzees. Oh my gosh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 way over here. They're all right here. No, there's 6. 6 way over there. They're all hanging out right here. I mean, I love every chimp I see, from chimpan A to chimpanzee. Chimpanzees are really great because they're funny, and I love their animated personalities. Like, there's this one chimp here, as you can see, picking the toes of the other chimp. It's adorable. They are so fun. They're just kooky. The other joke I can make about this chimpanzee is that he's studying to be a podiatrist. Between animals, I quickly want to just point out how, like, the environment of the Africa walkthrough here is great. Where, like, it's very open walkways, lots of foliage, lots of fauna. You get kind of immersed in it. There's this, it's really kind of neat when you walk from section to section where you don't know what you're going to see next. They have some, like, little water features here, and I just want to give a little shout out to the idea that, like, it's not just big open spaces. It is there's a bit of immersion. There's a bit of ambiance to it that they provide here, and that's something I always have loved about zoos, is that they tend to be sort of like theme parks in a way, where they try to theme their areas based on the animals that are there, and that is definitely partially what appeals to me about a zoo. Okay, anyway, next animal. Okay, I think this is a sign of what the next animal is. Any guesses? Any guesses? It's a white rhino! It's a wonderful, gargantuan white rhino! Look at this guy! He's amazing! Oh, if you didn't already hear me say it before, you have to know that for me, my favorite animal in the world is the rhinoceros. Of all of them. The white rhino, the African rhino, Indian rhino, all of them. I love any rhino. They are magnificent, magnificent creatures. It is just a love from childhood that has never waned. I think they are magnificent, wonderful, wonderful creatures. And now there's a butt shot. So this sign lets me know that rhino's name is Bertha. That's Bertha the Rhino. Bertha, you're amazing. Well, look at this. You can book a rhino tour. I guess I'm gonna have to come back here and do that, because that would be incredible. Just one more shot with Bertha before we get going to see the next cute animal. This is the cutest animal. I don't care what you say. You can tell me in the comments that this is not the cutest animal, but you'd be wrong. Well, this section's amazing. Look at the height of this thing. This is awesome. Anyway, in here we have emus, we have wallabies, and we have kangaroos. Oh my gosh. It's funny, I don't think I actually saw kangaroos until recently when I went to the zoo in Sydney, Australia. One of the few zoos I actually have on the channel. You can watch that video if you click that thing up in the corner right now. But like this is great to see here as well. I think kangaroos are awesome. They use their tail to balance like a third limb, which I think is just very impressive. And they are fun. But then you have emus here, which are basically ostriches, which is the scariest animal known to man. And look who we have here, and look who's now disappearing. We have zebras. Oh, there's another guy. We got a whole bunch of mountain zebras, I guess, over there. Oh, you want to leave too? Oh man. Okay, I found another view, a better view, arguably, because now I can see 4 zebras. 1, 2, 3, 4 zebras. Oh, they're making sounds. Look at these guys. Yeah, zebras are fascinating just because they're stripes. The way they look to me is just, it's fascinating. Oh, this guy's pretty close to us. Look at this. Hey, Mr. Zebra, or Miss Zebra, or Sir Zebra. Maybe you've been knighted. I don't know. But in all seriousness, folks, he's fantastic. They look made up. And I say that in a loving way. They look like a donkey and a horse decided to just be a rebel. I don't know. That's an interesting description. It's not entirely inaccurate. I love this. They look really cool. All right, see ya. Aww. It was a good shot. Clippity clump. And hey! The wind helped you. So after seeing those amazing white rhinos and also those zebras, we're now gonna go check out some elephants and giraffes. The most classic of classic zoo animals. Peeking through this window, and there you are. There's the big giraffe over there. A little far away, but, I mean, relatively. But you can see them there, and actually poking their head out just right there is, I think, one sitting down. I don't think it's just a really short giraffe. That would be hilarious, though. So now we are entering the Asia part of the park, and I do believe this is kind of the back section of the zoo. I did not actually take a picture of the map, but if my memory serves, this is kind of the back part. So let's find some Asian animals. Well, boy, howdy, look at the size of these habitats. These are big. I'm not sure who all is gonna be in here. I'm not seeing any movement, so they might not be out and playing right now, but I think this would be some, it looks like we would have a siamang, and it looks like maybe an orangutan. Oh no, there's somebody, hello. There's a Malayan tiger right there. Hi, Malayan tiger. You're just Malayan right there, aren't you? Oh my gosh, check out these orangutans. They were just hiding over here a second ago. This one was just rolling around. He's just being a little bit of a goober. Maybe I'll see if I can stick around long enough to get him again doing that. I can't make him do it, but if I can see him do it, I will show you him doing it. Okay, there's something cute in the back at least. This little one is like playing with this like little blanket thing. It just keeps going under and throwing it on top of their head, and it's absolutely adorable. Look at him. Oh, look at him go. So, couldn't get you the rolling. Oh, there you go. There's some rolls. Yes, that was amazing. So glad I got that. And so now we've come to a big fork in the road where we can go left, we can go right. This fork, it has very wide tines, but given we went right before, I think we will go left now around the Asia section. Well, there's clearly something exciting going on in this platform. It's elephants. It's obviously elephants. It's the most popular one there is. And it looks like they're doing some scratching or enrichment with them. And they are magnificent. Love a good pachyderm. There's actually another one out here. Looks like he's doing some, again, enrichment, it looks like, with them. He's splashing around. These are great. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Having their legs go up. Seems like to be a little bit of a demonstration almost. All right, can you put the leg up? Can you do it? Look at that. Ah, oh, so smart. So smart. That is wonderful. And they got this really nice big habitat to move around in. For being in the middle of New Mexico, I mean, there's a lot of space in New Mexico, so maybe it's not too much of a surprise, but this habitat looks nice. Anyway, this guy's fantastic. I swear, if you look closely at the elephant's face when the elephant is performing well, there almost looks like they're smiling and happy, and they're like, yeah, I did it. Oh yeah, I'm such a great elephant. Alright, looks like it's feeding time. Oh, and hit the rim. Trying to grab the carrot from the ground, and there you go. You got it. Alright, there you go. Have some carrot. There you go. I know elephants are a very relatively known common animal, but I love them. I think they're still, when you see them up close, they are magnificent. And this one can take a lot of good instruction. It knows what's up. This is one of the most interesting elephants I have ever seen in my life. Okay, basically I think what they're doing is just calisthenics. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and lift and do it just like this and hold it there and then put it down and then lift the other foot. So I was having a tough time finding the animal in this one, but it turns out it's this eagle up at the top here. And there's more than one. This is the one that I can see from this angle, but these guys are huge. And then on the ground here we got a second guy. Look at it, wait, there he goes, there he goes. Oh, no, I thought he was gonna go. Come on, man, go. Go, go, go. He looks prehistoric. He honestly looks amazing. He looks like he wants to fly. Come on, man, fly for us. It would be so cool. It would be so cool. I'm zooming in and out too much. I'm getting too excited. He's looking up like he wants to do it. I can't imagine he'll stay down here too long. Come on. Come on. And think of the happiest things. It's the same as having wings. Oh, he wants to communicate. And if I understood correctly, he says, I ain't flying for you. So in this fun room, there might be a snow leopard hiding. So let's see if we can find ourselves a snow leopard. I do like how big and open they make this. They make it so that they make it basically as good of a chance for you to see the snow leopard as possible. But currently, not seeing him. You guys, I found him. It's not obviously the best shot, but he's hiding inside here, just napping. Nothing like a good napping snow leopard. So at least you got to see that. Here's another good look at that tiger. I don't know if it's the same one. We're in what is connected to the habitats, but I think technically a different habitat. So he's just going back and forth, just making his mark. I don't know how tigers work. Anyway, something great about this entire section is if you look around, they have these humongous habitats, but they're kind of all connected, and I think they can kind of like move between them sometimes. So like there's bridges over here, bridges over there, and it connects all the way back over here to like all this stuff we saw at the front. So that's the circle tour of the Asia section. But it seems like all these habitats are somewhat connected in one way or another. I assume it's somewhat for the orangutans and some of them more than anything else. But like it is neat that like there are all these interconnected walkways that just kind of seem to connect all the different habitats. So it seems like they have quite a lot of room to move around in. So something quick I do want to point out. Remember earlier I said like this is the Ape BioPark. There's multiple things you can do. So if you are doing one of the combinations where you're going to both the gardens and the aquarium and the zoo, they actually sometimes have a shuttle that runs between them. And so this is kind of at the front of that Asia section. So if you look at the map here, you can see we are right there, and the actual shuttle stops right here. So sometimes they do have a shuttle that takes you between them. Not sure why it's not operating today, but because I don't think it's a quick walk. But just something to note, check in advance in case you were intending to do that and wanting to go back and forth without driving. Sometimes they'll shuttle you. And as I'm walking out of that Asia section, we got our good giraffe friend here who's just making another good appearance. So I had to get another shot because that is a great shot right there. And next we'll check out the amphibians life on a limb section, which I think is in this big old house area here. So I'm not sure quite yet, but I think this one might be fully inside. But I'm excited to see a whole bunch of amphibians. The only type of amphibians I know. Yep, it's inside and it is slightly humid in here, but I love this. So let's see what we can find. So here we have the Hellfender, the last American dragon. That sounds cool. Is that him? No, that's a rock. Okay, this is actually really hard to see, but that's his hand right here, and that's the body. So it's kind of just squished up against there. But this is great. If I like take a peek at this whole section, like it is dark, and they have music, not music, but they have like sounds and ambiance, and oh my gosh, I love the theming in here. This is absolutely like living with the land in here. I love this. There you go. There's some amphibians for you, just cuddling, hanging out. There's a few up here, 3 right there, and then there's one guy hanging out over here as well. And those kids are so excited. It looks like these amphibians got turned into a newt. I hope they get better. Look at these nifty guys up here. Look at their colors. That is really cool. Like this one's kind of like, it's more like a, I don't know colors. Why am I even trying to pretend I know colors? They're cool, they're blue-greenish. Oh, there's a whole bunch over here. There's like, oh my God, this is weird. I don't mean to say it like this, but they remind me of like gummy candies and they look delicious. I don't literally mean I want to eat the frogs, but they look kind of delicious. Tell me, sir, are you mad? Hopping mad. This guy's going for the world record free solo over here. This guy's known as a tomato frog. I have not seen this type of amphibian before. He looks like a big tomato. Or do you say tomato? I say frog. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe we're here to see this today, but I got a very special treat for you. If you look here, 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 you look there, you look there. It is the 8th wonder of the world. It is the underside of a Panamanian golden frog. I couldn't get through the joke without laughing. Back outside in the wind, and we got a couple peacocks here, but something I don't think I've ever seen in the wild. Look at this, baby peacocks. 3 baby peacocks, that's adorable. I don't know if I've ever seen baby peacocks before. This is incredible. So next we have a few of the Australian exhibits. Now while we saw some Australian animals before, this is specifically the Australian shores. And with this one, you have to kind of go into a very like protected area. So it's like a double door situation, so nothing can get out. So I think it's a little bit exposed. So let's check it out. So far I'm just seeing what looks like ducks, but maybe they're Australian specific. It looks like if you go down and around here, you might be able to peek in under there to like get an underwater viewpoint of some of what's here. So maybe we'll get to there in a little bit. I did not realize that might have been the way to start, but otherwise, still a nice cute little habitat. So it's got that going for it. So made it to that underside where you can see under the water, and they got this great viewing. And there, look at who we got. We got some fun guys. They were just hiding under the water. And you can see the ducks diving. That's cool. I'm glad I was able to see that quick, but it's cute to see the little legs flapping under the water there. That was cool to see the penguins go by quick like that. I'm getting lucky with some shots today, and so are you. Here they are again, here they are again. There you go, quick shot, and bye. And then the next Australian experience is the lorikeet experience. So this is locked. Dang it! Anyway, so you can still kind of peek in. So it's an aviary experience where we have a bunch of kind of interesting exotic birds that you can see. Again, when I was at the Australia Zoo, you were able to walk kind of in an immersive aviary, which was very neat. So the birds are really all around you. But you can see these cute little guys hiding in the back over there. If it can focus through the actual chain link fence, that's the problem with being on the outside. I can't focus as well. I swear they're there, and they're not this blurry in real life. And we have finally found it. The moment I know you've all been waiting for is the carousel. Oh, this carousel is cute. It's not huge, but it is adorable. And you might not be able to see it yet, but you might be able to see it says, here's what's special about it. This is an endangered species carousel. So all the animals that are on here are different endangered species. So let me see if I can get a little bit of a closer look that's not with bars in front. There you go, there you go. Got lots more animals here. Got like a wolf. I believe that's a Tasmanian devil over there. Got red panda, polar bear, hippos, some sharks. So lots of interesting animals going around on the Endangered Species Carousel. So I believe tickets do cost extra. You have to get, I think they're $3 to ride this. So I'm gonna see if I can find some tickets and we'll go on a ride. As it's spinning, it makes it a little easier to see. We got eagles, we got cheetahs, we got emus, we got goose, we got gorillas, we got camels, we got hummingbirds. So many fun things. So I just got my ticket and now I'm gonna go for a ride because I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. Decisions, decisions, decision. Is it really much of a decision? I mean, this is the only ethical time you can ever ride a rhino. So I'm gonna choose the rhino in this one circumstance. So here we go. Oh my gosh, this is, I think this is one of the coolest carousels I've ever seen. I've definitely never seen a carousel like this with all unique individual endangered animals. I've definitely seen ones where there's like no horses or very few horses, but the idea that these are all endangered animals, I mean, they got a seahorse, they got a tapir, they got a penguin, they got a frog. This is a beautiful, beautiful carousel, and I like the idea of bringing some awareness to the idea of the animals, and also that it is just, look at this hummingbird, sorry, I just realized I'm next to a humongous hummingbird. That's freaky, but also awesome. This is just adorable. Now, it's also moving at a pretty good speed. I mean, it's not a humongous carousel, but it is, I forget, there's like a definition when it's like 3 deep that makes it like it's a substantial carousel. Something to note, they did say it, that not everything moves up and down. You can see the camel, lazy camel. Anyway, so just make sure when you're going around, if you do want to go up and down, you pick the right one. Anyway, you don't need to see a whole carousel ride. I already talked for pretty much half of it. Anyway, on to the next cute animal. Across from that carousel is one of the main eateries I think they have here, and I just love the theming that they have at the top, where they got bison at the top over there, they got eagles made out of wood. It is quite amazing. But just to kind of show you a big broad view of what they got menu-wise, just so you know, it's nothing super surprising. They got burgers, sandwiches, hot dogs, fries, they got some pizzas, so a variety, and nothing, so they have a little something for everyone. So still on the search for another cute animal, but I did want to pause and say, I have been looking. I went to the polar bear area, there was nothing there. The polar bear wasn't out, so nothing to see, and also there was a catwalk that's a bit under construction. It's like, it's up in the ways, and you also walk and try to see big cats. It's under construction, nothing to see there. So still on to the next cute animal. While we're still searching for the next cute animal, I did want to point out, like in the middle area here, they have this big old open like green space and like an amphitheater over there, and it's just, I think they have like events, and sometimes I wonder if they have like musical things here. It is just really lovely here. I just love the space that this park inhabits. So like, just obviously not an animal-based thing, but like not every zoo has this kind of like dedicated open space. So just really like that. So it looks like to find the next set of cute animals, we have to go to the wolves of the Americas. And so here we have the wolf habitat, and it's a little open, and I swear I saw one. Yep, there he is running. He's running away. Anyway, there's another one hiding over here. You can kind of see him right around there. And yeah, I think they come in and out, they dart out of it. They basically are just really cool dogs. I don't know. It's cool is not the right word. I want to use a different adjective. You know, leave a comment down below. What is a better adjective to describe a wolf when you think they're like a dog, but more cool? It's kind of hard to see in the corner over here, but there is a wolf who just keeps running around in circles. And you might be able to see it better than I can, because I'm able to actually hold the camera out just a little bit. But look at him. There you go. He's just running in like bigger and bigger circles. And it's adorable. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's just getting his steps in for today. And then here we have the Raptor Roost. So not so much an aviary, well, it's an aviary, so it's not when we're walking through, it's when we walk along. So let's see what we can find. Look up. Yeah, yep, that's exactly what you gotta do. I was looking down, and he's right there. Look at this guy. This guy's huge. I love this. I think these big birds, who don't look nothing like the actual big bird, they're just magnificent. And then adding up here, we have a black vulture. Kind of looks like a humongous raven, but it looks like death is coming when this guy's around either way. And then hiding in the tree here, we have a great horned owl. Not sure if you can see him yet. Let's zoom in, try to get you a better view there. Right there, you see him right there? That guy is huge. He was just flipping his head around, doing the cool flippy head around thing that owls can do. Yeah, there you go. You looking at me, sir? You looking at me? Who do you think you are? And then of course, woo! And then of course we have the bald eagle. Look at this guy. They're just so majestic, 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 majestic. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my gosh, look at this, look at this, look at this. This is a giant tortoise. Look at the size of this tortoise, and look how fast he's moving. It's the fastest I've ever seen a tortoise actually move. I'm sort of joking, I'm not fully joking. This guy's awesome, and there's actually another one hiding way over there, and then there's some enrichment going on with the third one way over there, but look at this guy. Oh my gosh, he's huge. He's just like, he's like a humongous boulder just walking through. Gosh. I don't know, I don't think I've ever seen a tortoise quite like this. I did see one at the Australian Zoo, but not with this much movement, so this feels super special. Here's another look at those tortoises. Tortoisei? Tortoxen. Tortoxen, yes, that's multiple tortoise. Anyway, they are just amazing. You can see this guy, that's the same huge one we saw from the side a second ago. He's just chomping on the grass, having a snack. And this one is he's just chilling. I love how so many of these animals are just chilling. But like this guy here, he's honestly, he's absolutely incredible. And then this little section is birds of the islands. Now, where do we enter for this? Oh, I gotta say, this zoo has quite a few aviaries or aviary related sections. Like, there's been a lot of birds, and I have enjoyed it. And some are kind of hard to see. Oh, there you are. They're hiding way inside there. Let's see if this can make it be seen. It might be a little hard to see on the camera, but they are hiding in there. Maybe another angle. Can we do it? I'm not sure. Well, I promise you they are there. Okay, I know you can definitely see this one. This is the Bali Myna. B-A-L-I space M-Y-N-A. I have not heard that one before. This guy's a cutie patootie. So most of the birds in this section were in their back section, but if you see here the little brown guy right there, that is a Socorro dove. Apparently they come from a very specific island, way down. Oh, let me unzoom that. That's way too much. So there's kind of a picture of it, and I've not heard of this island, but that's apparently where they come from. That child loves learning about Socorro doves. Okay, here we go. And this is actually an entirely different section, but we got some pretty cool birds in here. We got what looks like a macaw, I think, is a big blue one, and a Siriema, a red-legged Siriema on the left there. So look at these guys. They are just fantastic. I think the vibrancy of the macaw is incredible. And this guy, where'd you go? Again, sorry, sometimes it's hard to see through the mesh. Maybe if I zoom out, it's better. You can, well, he's turning his head away. That's the problem, sir. Anyway, these are a couple of really cool looking birds. So here we got a nicely themed alligator swamp. Very much looks like a bayou a little bit. And so I believe we got one right down here. Look at this guy. Yeah, that is a predator prehistoric beast. Oh, it's kind of cool seeing him move there. Let's see if you can kind of see it a little better over here as he glides away. And he's just like swimming like a monster. I mean that in the nicest way possible. I think you're adorable. And then next we have a whole reptile exhibit. So the first thing we have here is a Grand Cayman blue iguana. It is a little hard to see, but his head is poking out right there. He keeps poking out a little bit more sometimes, but at least you can see him, and like, ew, it's kind of scary. You have no idea how big this guy could actually be, but he's cool. And then here we have what I believe is one of the deadliest animals of all, the Komodo dragon. Look at this guy. He knows he can kill me, and he knows the only thing saving me is this 4-inch thick pane of reinforced glass. Also his ethic code. So a big part of like reptile houses, amphibian houses, bug houses is when you look first in the case, it's just playing the game, is where is the actual animal? So we have a Timor python, and this one's definitely a little hard to see, but he's hiding in the corner way back there, just around, whoop, right there, and so he's just hiding there. But anyway, that's part of the fun I have, honestly, of going to reptile houses, is tries looking at each little thing and trying to figure out, where are they? This one's very obvious. So here we have something known as the Quince Monitor, and it, again, is fun to play the game. Where is he? Where is he? And he is hiding way up there. So if I zoom in, you can see him. It's just kind of slinking in there, blending in. They're always cool to see. Obviously, it's much more fun when they're in motion, but even when you can just spot them, it's always a good time. This guy is fascinating. This is a Mata turtle. He has a very flat head. You basically, I actually missed it completely at first, like, that is his shell. This is a rock. This is a rock. That is his shell. That white part is his head. So if you look like really close, you can kind of see the eyes just hiding just right, like that's his eye right there. And so you can kind of tell there. So that's a fascinating one. I don't ever think I've seen this kind of a turtle before. And yet, I'm still waiting to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja variety. This one's neat, not so much for the actual snake that's hiding inside, but the fact that this one recently shed its skin, so you can see the shedded skin just lying there. I feel like I don't see that in like a cage very often. I feel like I see that on display, but never like actually in the habitat, so that's pretty cool. This is cool. We got a western diamond rattlesnake up here, and I feel like you don't normally get too close to them, so you can see the rattle right there. I think that's cool. I'm saying cool a lot. Here's some easy ones to spot. These are a couple of chuckawallas, which is just fun to say. Chuckawalla. I need to correct myself. It's just chuckwalla. Not as fun to say. So hiding in this one is a king cobra, which is just a really cool snake to see. Again, with the cool, I don't have any other adjectives, sorry. You can't quite see his head, but you can see his body slithering a little bit right there. And his tail was up here a second ago, but then he moved. So I wonder if he'll come back around so we can see his head. No, he's leaving. He's heading out. He's got to go home and see the family. Snake, snake, Severus Snake Dumbledore. So hiding under the water in this big tank is the backside of an alligator snapping turtle. So while the tortoise we saw outside was huge, this guy just seems like truly prehistoric. He is, I don't know, there's just something about like, he seems more rugged. He seems more like he would win in a fight. Oh, look at this guy. He keeps like jumping up and then like falling down and making sounds. This is a snappy singer. He's a Chinese alligator, cousin to the American alligator. That's what the sign says. I'm not making a joke. And then here we have a spotted turtle. So let's see if I can spot the spotted turtle. Oh my God, you guys. I was joking earlier, but look, I found one. I found a turtle of the Teenage Mutant Ninja variety. It's the zoo that keeps on zooing because we now have the penguin chill. Oh, and here we go. All the penguins just hanging out up there. Look at these guys. Glass is a little dirty. So it might be a little hard to see them through it, but there they are. They're all just standing there. They look amazing. I love penguins. They're very, very fun. They're cute and they're majestic. And when they stand all in a group like that, it sometimes frightens me, and I kind of like it. Oh, look at this guy. Look at him go. Oh, look at that big splash. That was great. Oh my gosh. These guys, they move really fast, so like it's hard to get them coming across easily. But like they're just all standing there. Again, the glass is a little bit dirty, so it's kind of hard to really see through it. I don't know if standing back is better, standing forward, but there's some really cool big penguins in here. And again, what's really cool is this, I think, continues to curve down and go around, and so I think you can. There you go. Look at it. There you go. There's a guy. There's a guy. Hi. 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 Yeah. So you're getting some really good angles if you keep walking around in the penguin chill area. So even if you don't get it on the first go, you can probably, unless you want to chase them like me. Oh look, they're all hanging out over here. This is actually great. I'm getting a lot more penguin shots than I expected. And here we have a history of penguins. I'm kidding, it's just like the different kinds of penguins. Anyway, I kind of like this. If you really take the time to sit here and read them all, it tells you like which one is each kind of these, where their preferred habitat is. It tells you also where they came from or who donated them. So this is actually a fantastic display. I think this is wonderful to help you understand like what are the different types of penguins, because I see these penguins all the time, and I can tell when like some have like little kind of feathery things on the head, or they look more like that, or they're more look classic, like they're wearing a tuxedo type of thing. But I don't know. I'm not a penguin magician. So we've circled all the way around now. So we were like up there looking just a moment ago, and it circles all the way around to come to this room here. And it's got this other big viewing tank, so you can see all the penguins from down below. And it gives you some other interesting angles to see the same guys. It seems like they like to come over here and do a lot of dancing. So this seems like a pretty good area to really see them doing their thing. And now that I'm back at the front, the flamingos finally all turned pink. So thank you for coming with me around a full tour of the ABQ BioPark Zoo. Now, if it wasn't already obvious from just my voice throughout this time, this place was wonderful. This was great. It was a lot bigger than I thought. I was actually here about 3 hours or so. Now, I am filming a little bit, so I think that makes me take a little bit longer, but it also makes me go a little bit slower in a good way. So I would say, like, you definitely want to give yourself 2 to 3 hours to go around this place. There was a lot to see, and if you did any of the, I guess there's some like tours you could do and things like that, you could spend a good amount of time here. But the exhibits were big. There was a lot of variety of animals. Had a great time here. Obviously loved the carousel. That was such a fantastic experience. So anyway, highly recommend the ABQ BioPark Zoo. For 20 bucks for out-of-towners, that's really not that bad for a zoo, in my opinion. You get a lot for that. Anyway, if you did enjoy going around the zoo with me, if you want to see actually what is still my favorite zoo in the entire country, that video is right here. That's the Omaha Zoo in Omaha, Nebraska. Surprisingly, one of the best zoos in the entire country. But if you do want to see a different adventure than a zoo at this point, that's a good one too. I'd love to see you there as well. That was a great time. So until I see you in one of these fun places, I will say goodbye. I'm still Clutch.